If you've ever interacted with the Geometry Dash community, there's a fairly high chance that you recognise this level, iSpyWithMyLittleEye. With over 33 million views on YouTube and 22 million plays and 1.7 million likes in game, iSpy has firmly cemented itself as one of GD's most iconic and recognisable custom levels of all time. With this, iSpy's creator, Voxicat, has seen immense relevance and popularity in the level creation sphere, but I feel like Voxicat's other levels are nowhere near as well known in comparison. Personally, I couldn't name any other of their levels prior to the making of this video, so I've decided to shine a light on the older levels of one of GD's most beloved creators of the modern era. I'm going to cover these levels in chronological order. So here's Voxicat's oldest level currently on the servers, Zombie. As the level name suggests, this is a redesign of the incredibly well-known level B, which only beat a couple months ago, instead of the beehive style the original level had. This level is supposed to be in the future where the hive and the bees have become zombified, which is quite amusing when I first discovered it. This remake also has the iconic cartoony art style of the original. Gameplay wise, this new version is quite similar to the original, with the parts having the same game modes but differing gameplay. In terms of the playing experience, the only major difference between the two levels was the boss fight sections. In the original B, the bosses gameplay wise were quite lackluster, with a minimal influence on the actual gameplay, but in Zombie they were fully integrated into the gameplay and are also more visually interesting. With all that said, I honestly think Zombie is better than the original. Voxicat's second level is No Limits. This level goes for a wasteland kind of scrapyard theme with some cool mechanical visuals. It gives off an unsettling and dangerous vibe, as there's lots of imagery of saws and crushes. In terms of the visual style, it's a bit more similar to Voxicat's more recent levels like iSpy with its more raw style, but it still keeps a cartoony feel to it. This is best seen at the boss fight, with the player dodging attacks from a laser shooting cat in a rusty mecha suit. With this level being only a 9-star, I was done with it a lot quicker than Zombie, so I didn't have quite as many things of note to say about it. Next up is Wonder Redux, a complete shit on everything else. This is an effect level, and I think this might be my first time reviewing an effect level, as I'm normally more interested in design levels. All of the parts I found pretty cool, with the section for the rainbow squares, and afterwards the snake-like object with a head that you had to avoid, sticking out to me the most. I also have no idea how Voxicat created the moving 3D shapes with only circles. With the easy difficulty and calming music, this level had a really nice and soothing vibe. I think Broken Game Boy is one of my favourite Voxicat levels. It starts in a jungle-like setting with the iconic Game Boy pixelated green and black art aesthetic, before a really cool Game Boy transition. Then you're thrusted into the drop where the style completely changes, with a more technological and mechanical feel to it. Unlike Voxicat's previous levels, this level makes you feel genuinely uncomfortable due to its fast-paced and intense nature, which only gets stronger as the level progresses. Another thing I noticed after beating this level was the motif of eyes in Voxicat's levels, specifically the same style of eye from iSpy. There was one in No Limits which I didn't really think of much, but seeing this here made me realise it must have been a deliberate decision, one which probably inspired iSpy itself. Next up is Funko, and as the level name suggests, almost everything about this level is quite funky and strange. The gameplay can feel a bit unusual, with stuff like lots of dash orbs and wave paths and floaty feeling blocks, but what stood out to me the most was just how random the decorations were. Quite regularly a random object would just show up in the background, like here a cocktail glass, and there was a bizarre repetition of mower heads. You could call this level a bit directionless, but its unpredictability kept it interesting. And now, we're at the level you all know. It's Voxicat's most recent level, iSpyWithMyLittleEye. I feel like this level has been talked about to death, so I don't want to review it ordinarily. I want to try and analyse how this level has become so popular. It's worth mentioning this is a very easy demon, which is the perfect difficulty for a trending GD level, as it's hard enough for people to get a kick out of beating it, while being easy enough that a large proportion of the community can access it. It also has the feeling of being harder than it looks, with chaotic visuals but lots of jump indicators for improved sight readability. Additionally, the movements of the eyes and the other moving parts were impressively smooth and fluid, keeping the level engaging. This is further helped by the fast-paced, absolute banger that is the music. In fact, if I had to describe iSpy in one word, it would be engaging, which makes sense for a level of iSpy's popularity, as it would get players immersed in the playing experience and felt positively about it. Well, that's every Voxicat level completed. As I expected, the quality of these levels was consistently immaculate. With even the least impressive levels, it doesn't feel right referring to them as that, having virtually no flaws. In my opinion, Voxicat's place as one of GD's most highly respected creators is completely justified.